Mark Reviews, and today, this morning, Comcast. Now, I've avoided talking about this because I've uploaded most of these videos to this YouTube channel through Comcast, but I officially broke away this week. And it's something I've wanted to do for a long time, but you can't really, it's like switching your credit card or switching banks or something. It takes more work than is worth it sometimes. Okay, so I had this moment last week where I signed into my credit card statement and I saw that my bill was over $100 for my internet. And I say my internet, I was paying for internet and TV, technically, but I only wanted internet. So, let me explain. Comcast has this pretty sweet little scheme going on whereby if you want only internet, it's actually more expensive than if you get internet and TV or internet and voice, or all three in some cases, because, and this is something that people don't know and Comcast won't own up to. Hang on a second, I gotta tap on here at this UTA Frontrunner station. Okay. This is something that people don't know or don't realize or don't think about, but Comcast is a cable company and they can sell ads on their platform. But when they're going and approaching, Pepsi-Cola or Coca-Cola or Microsoft or whatever, and they're saying, hey, do you want to advertise on our platform? One of the things that advertiser is interested in is, okay, well, how many subscribers do you have? So if you're Comcast and you have the ability to force people into buying a service that they have no intention of using by saying, oh, well, it's cheaper than buying just internet alone, then you can turn around to Microsoft and say, hey, look, this is a subscriber to our cable service. Even though my family had maybe used the actual cable once or twice in a year, right? It's not something we care about. We don't care about watching TV live. We live in the age of millennial cord cutters, and all we care about is binge watching shows, and then occasionally stuff like the Olympics. Okay, so I may miss that come Olympics time, but anyway, I got this $100 bill. I called Comcast and I said, hey, this is too much. I am only using internet. I've been with you for years, almost a decade. What can you do for me? Now, I don't have any complaints about the speed of the internet they were giving or getting, or the service that they were giving me when I called in on the phone or whatever. I've generally had a very positive experience with Comcast, which is slightly atypical compared to what some people run into. However, when I called them and said, hey, you have a chance to keep my business if, the best they could do for me as their loyal customer, right? They transferred me to their customer loyalty department, which is really just corporate speak way of saying the department whose goal is to try to keep you with the company. So typically, if you call and complain about the price, they'll transfer you to the customer loyalty department, and then they'll try to talk you into staying by lowering the price for the services that you already have or adding on some other service or something. And when they did that, the best they could offer me was $77.50 a month for internet and TV, which was what I had before, but that's more than what I wanted. Okay, and for a company that advertises, choose the bundle you want, etc., they don't let you choose internet only. So I said, you know what, let's not pull the trigger on that. Let me think about it and I'll call you back. So I thought about it by checking out CenturyLink, really the only viable option in my neighborhood other than Comcast. And that's a whole separate issue about monopolies, right? Even if they're not national monopolies, they may be local monopolies. So contacted CenturyLink, and CenturyLink says to me, yeah, how about $29.95? $29.95, less than half of what Comcast was going to charge me. That's a no-brainer. And the internet that they guarantee is almost as fast, sacrificing some of the speed. But I'm not doing hardcore online gaming. I'm not doing too much crazy stuff. It's really just streaming Netflix, just highly compressed video anyway, and so far so good. In the last 2 or 3 days, no issues. So long story short, I signed up with CenturyLink. I switched completely, and most of what I did with CenturyLink was done through their online chat system. They mailed me a little box. I installed it. It took about 15 minutes. It wasn't quite as user-friendly to install it as the Comcast self-install had been. And then I then had to call Comcast back. And after waiting on hold for about 10 minutes, I thought, forget it, let me see if their online chat is faster. Someone answered immediately. And of course, the customer service rep's job was to try to keep my business through this online chat. And so they say, can I ask you a few questions? And they asked why I wasn't happy with the service, etc. And then they proceeded to offer me, after I said that all I wanted was internet, they proceeded to offer me a couple of these bundle packages again. So, long story short, they finally let me cancel. I'm returning the equipment at the UPS store today. But this is the central message to Comcast. Anyone listening from Comcast, anyone who's a Comcast customer, specifically, Comcast is not all bad, okay? It's not the company that it's been made out to be by some people. I'm sure there are bad experiences that some people have, but speed was fantastic the whole time I was with them. There were maybe a couple times of interruption, in the middle of a snowstorm or something, but the speed was fantastic. Service, by and large, was great. Really responsive, really helpful. The local contractors that they partnered with to come out and do some of the installation and whatever were awesome. Courteous people, working hard. I didn't have any issue with that. The issue is you still don't listen to your customers. You've come a long way in customer service, but you still don't listen. I told everyone at the outset, all I want is internet. And I told everyone at the outset, the thing I value the most, even more than speed, is price. And I still had half a dozen attempts to upsell me. Not just keep me where I was with my service, but to upsell me on other features. It matters to some people, I guess, but I'm just not willing to spend 3 figures on my internet and TV service. So that's it. I'm done with Comcast. You may get me back at some point in the future, but for now, CenturyLink it is. So, pros and cons, and I'm sure I'll find some cons with CenturyLink, but so far so good. How about you? What do you use? Let me know in the comments below. I live near Provo, Utah, and it's one of the first cities to get Google Fiber, but it's not available in my area yet. So at some point, maybe I'll be signing up for Google Fiber and doing a review on that. But who do you use? If you're here in Utah, have you had good experiences with CenturyLink or Comcast or both? If you live anywhere, let me know what you think about these different cable and internet providers. And in the meantime, subscribe to this channel by clicking over here in this empty space. And then on this side, where the train platform is, check out some of the other videos I've made on this channel. Thanks.